This month on AxTV, we will be discussing Oakwood's new D&D club,
taking a look at students' opinions on graduation robe colors,
lending some tips and tricks for loving the earth,
and revealing some teacher trivia.
It all starts now on AxTV.
Hi, and welcome to AxTV. I'm Patrick Sullivan.
And I'm Lillian Wolford. Here at Oakwood, we have a huge variety of clubs for students to join. It seems as if new ones are starting up all the time. Even this year, a new D&D club was founded, letting wizards, sorcerers, and other characters of all kinds play the game they love.
Dungeons & Dragons is a fantasy tabletop role-playing game. In the world of D&D, you can be anything you want.
My motivations would probably be the fact that I saw that this club had a lot of kids who liked this thing, but they didn't have something where they could actually take advantage of that. So I thought, why don't we make a club where we can do that?
Like what Leon said, it is a disadvantage for the kid who likes to playing D&D and not having a place to play in school. Even for knowing that Dungeons & Dragons is not that popular in Oakwood, but there were still 40-ish kids who joined.
So there's actually quite a few people who play D&D. There were actually less people before the club started, though, because a lot of people, when they joined the club, were like, I'm interested, but I've never played before. You'll probably see 10 people per high school grade, maybe, because this is kind of a small school.
Now let's hear about the stories of those Oakwood students as a member of the D&D club.
This is the first year of the D&D club. I've been playing D&D for a while, but this is the first club, I guess. Usually, if you do want to play Dungeons & Dragons, for me, I play at my house or at a friend's house.
I don't know, it seemed like a hobby. I know back when I lived in the UK, a bunch of my friends had played it previously and always found it interesting as a hobby. So I figured sometime I'd want to get into it, and this seemed like a good time to play with people in person.
Even for knowing that Dungeons & Dragons is not that awkward, but there were still 40-ish kids who joined. Like what they say, most people join without knowing what D&D is.
This club gives Oakwood high schoolers the opportunity to see how Dungeons & Dragons is. It's not for everyone, but it's a very unique game.
If you're interested in joining, D&D Club meets every Friday after school in Mr. Martin's room.
You know, Lily, I've heard of some creepy stuff happening after school during the twilight hours. Some people even suspect our school may be haunted. But where have these rumors come from?
Oakwood High School was first opened in 1908, and since then, its architecture has been maintained unlike any other school.
Well, my kid, when he walked in, he said it's like a Harry Potter school.
I'd say kind of creepy when you first walk in, but the longer you're here, it gets kind of comforting.
But with our old-fashioned school, there have been some suspicions of certain places in the school being haunted.
When I've been here late at night, I've heard noises.
The third floor, it just gives you a scary vibe.
Well, I used to be up on the third floor in room 309, and I heard that there were sightings of a ghost up there.
If ghosts do exist, it would make sense that they'd be on one of the older areas, so probably the third floor. Or they're weird catacomb things that are under the school, those are definitely haunted.
As you can probably guess, our school has its fair share of ghost stories.
In 7th grade, Miss Blythe told a story about the third floor, and she said that she saw a little girl in a blue dress run down the hallway when she was there late at night.
Something happened to a girl or something up on that third floor around that auditorium entrance thing.
I've heard a few times about the ghost of the third floor, where basically
there's a door up there that goes into the top of the auditorium somehow.
And a girl opened it and either purposefully or accidentally fell onto the theater stage, and now either haunts the third floor or the theater stage.
I don't know if it's true. I don't think it is, else we would probably know about it.
So what do you think about our school? Is it haunted? Do you buy into these ghost stories? This has been Natalie Muntweiler for Ax Media.
Our school seems to be filled with so many cool stories. I'll have to check out that door sometime. But they're right, Oakwood is full of rich tradition, one being the graduation robe color choice. Do you think that the robe color should be changed?
The robe colors have been a lasting tradition, but it seems that our students are trying to evolve with the times.
Change is happening all over the world, and is typically being led by high school students. Jayshawn Wilson, a senior at Oakwood, is looking to change their robe colors to just one color, as we are one Oakwood.
So I actually want to change the robe colors because I feel that Oakwood as a whole, we have a big community, and that community being the LGBTQ plus community. And the fact that our new mantra of Oakwood is we do have one Oakwood. So if we are going to be one Oakwood, then why don't we stop putting these barriers divide us instead of us all becoming one Oakwood and truly being the same and together?
People find inspiration in many different ways.
What inclined me to do it was actually my English teacher, Mrs. Ostick, seeing how she was very inclusive to everybody, and the thought kind of just came to my mind. I was like, hey, why do we have boy, girl, or boys wear blue and girls wear white? And the fact that I was like thinking, like, hey, we could all just wear one color.
What color will we change to? And how will we be able to differentiate each other while we're all wearing one color?
So the colors I would want to change for them is actually to be one blue, our navy blue, because that is our school colors. We don't have white, it's not really our school colors. Our school colors are blue and gold. So in order for, I feel like we could do blue as our robes, and if they want to keep us to still maintain our individuality, our hats can basically resemble us. We can like customize our own like caps, and it kind of like if you play football, you could put football on. If you in the band, put band stuff. If you like tennis, basketball, swimming, anything that makes you you and has made you for the past 4 years, that should go on your cap.
In 2017, it was estimated that nearly 1.8% of high schoolers identified as a part of the LGBTQ plus community. According to Williams Institute at UCLA, nearly 9.6% of high school students identify as LGBTQ. I asked a few students and teachers their opinions of the situation and if they feel like the robe colors should be changed.
I think that we should definitely change the robe colors to one color. It's really important to be unified.
I think it's a great idea because getting excluded is one of the worst feelings.
I definitely think that we should change our school colors to one.
Why not have an option to include all?
You guys are paying the deposit for the robes. I think it's something each individual should be able to make a choice about.
I do like the idea of tradition. However, we're technically not following a tradition of color of Oakwood. So if we were to change to something that is blue and gold, we would actually be creating a new tradition and still keeping an established tradition of our colors.
I would hate for some of my classmates to not want to go to graduation because they feel like they have to make a decision that would put them in an uncomfortable position, and this is a day where we all need to come together as the class of 2022 and celebrate these 12 years of school being over, and everyone has the right to feel good at graduation.
Specific people don't affiliate with a specific gender, so I'd much rather have everybody feel comfortable than have specific people be outed and a little bit embarrassed to not associate with a certain color.
I think changing the colors of the cap and gown is a great way to include everybody and make everybody feel welcome.
As of now, this has been brought to the school board, and they are discussing whether or not to change the robe colors to only one color. Thanks for watching. This has been RJ from AxMedia.
With board approval, the graduation robe colors have been updated to make students feel more included. Starting with the class of 2023, all Oakwood students will be wearing the same robe color going forward.
Student inclusion is a growing topic in this school, and the robe color change is just one way of showing this.
That is true, but I hope our students care about their planet just as much as they care about each other.
Every year, we go through a transition as the weather calms down. As part of this transition, we tend to think more about the Earth.
For Earth Day, we really don't do anything other than going around and cleaning up our neighborhood and making sure that's all clean. And then sometimes we do go out for community events to help clean up the parks and streets and highways and things like that. And then we just kind of celebrate a miniature party every now and then for it.
I think Earth Day is a nice period of time to look back at what we can do to preserve the Earth, and so it's a nice opportunity to get out and pick up trash or rehabilitate an area or something like that. And I think it's just a good reminder for everybody, one day of the year to focus back on the Earth we live on.
My advice to others is go do something that's going to help the planet and help the Earth. We only have one life here, so we should help the planet grow things.
Earth Day is an important part to starting this year off and getting into the summer. This has been Adam Czkowski for Axe Media.
It's so awesome to see what other people have done to help our planet.
I know, and we've seen a lot of what the students are involved in, but what are our teachers doing?
Well, Patrick, RJ made a fun game for our students to get to know more about our teachers and what they are involved in.
Welcome to Teacher Trivia. I'm your host, RJ Plunkett. The rules of this game are simple. I'll say a fun fact, and then pictures of two teachers will appear on the screen. Your job is to guess who that fun fact belongs to. So, let's get started. And our first fun fact. This teacher's first ever job was being a garbage man. Is the answer Mr. Brohard or Mr. Amer? And the answer is Mr. Brohard. For our next fun fact, this teacher raised beefalo growing up. A beefalo is a mixture of a buffalo and a cow. Is the answer Dr. Leedy or Miss Bull? And the answer is Miss Bull. And for our third fun fact, this teacher once broke their arm jumping over gravestones. Is the answer Mr. Martin or Mr. Hart? And the answer is Mr. Hart. And for our final fun fact, this teacher once wrestled a bear. Is the answer Dr. Waller or Mr. Stone? And the answer is Dr. Waller. Thanks for joining me today on Teacher Trivia. I'll see you next time.
Wow, I never knew some of these things about our teachers.
I know, right? Some other cool things that teachers and students are doing is the TikTok feud between certain classes.
TikTok has everything from ASMR and cat videos to challenges and dance battles. Even Oakwood has its very own TikTok dance feud going on between the attendance and guidance offices.
I'm team attendance.
Team guidance.
I'm on team attendance.
So what is this feud all about?
So it originally started, me and my friends, Sydney and Sarah and Ella Price, we just made a TikTok and we aid for guidance, and we have some friends who aid for attendance, and we decided to caption it "Guidance is Better."
I saw a TikTok up on their TikTok of guidance doing it. So I sent it to our attendance group chat.
And we're like, we could definitely do this better. So then we did it better, basically.
This has been going on for about a month, and now the question is, how long will it last?
I could see it going the whole year. Right now, it is at a pause.
We're trying to get some new dances on TikTok for us to do. But the moment we get a nice new dance, it's going to start again.
Okay, but who is actually the better team?
Oh, for sure, guidance. We have the most viral TikToks. We have the most TikToks and the better TikToks.
Definitely attendance. We're all synchronized. We're organized. We bring a lot of excitement to our videos.
I'll let you decide who you want to root for. This has been Natalie Montweiler for Axe Media.
I wonder what student aid group will join the feud next. Sticking with the topic of our Oakwood community, what do you think makes Oakwood home?
Well, I know students have some strong opinions on what makes us a part of the Oakwood community.
Oakwood is a great city with an even better population. From events to the community, many are proud to call it home. But how do you know you're from Oakwood? Today we asked your peers just that.
You know you are from Oakwood if you have gone down Wright Brothers Hill sledding.
You know you're from Oakwood if you've been to Starbucks to study for exams.
You know you're from Oakwood if you listen to Adam Uhlenhake on Spotify and all other music platforms.
You know that you're from Oakwood if you eat in the halls.
You know you're from Oakwood if you love Miss Smith.
You see an albino squirrel by Harmon School
you know it's gonna go down.
If you see a lot of the old style buildings and a lot of trees and nature and leaves, you know you're in Oakwood.
Just remember, Oakwood will always be home. This has been Max Kernan with Axe Media.
Well, to add to the list, you know you're from Oakwood if you watch Axe Media.
Thanks for joining us this month on AxTV. We hope you enjoyed our first show in the new studio. Check out our website at ohsaxmedia.org for more stories.
Make sure to follow us on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook at OHSAxeMedia for all your school news updates.
Join us next month for our last show before the summer.
And as always,
have a great day, Oakwood.